Hi guys, this is the answer video to the Ask Me Anything, and if I look a little sweaty, it's because it is 95 degrees and humid while I am filming this. And because it's so humid, and because I'm sweating, there are about 90,000 mosquitoes flying around me, and some deer flies, so I may be going like this a lot during the filming of the video, so apologies in advance. So, going to be reading these off of my trusty Kindle. Haven't looked at any of these yet, so I'm not sure all what's in them, so let's find out. Okay, so first one is from a longtime follower, which he mentions in his comment. Proud to have been here from the sub 100 days. Yes, and your comments have entertained me for a very long time. Question: preferred hot glue brand? Anything high temp. Don't really have a brand preference. Just usually whatever's in Joann's, because it's like the only craft place around that sells hot glue. So anything high temp, because the low temperatures just don't hold anything together. At least not the stuff that I glue has that. So yeah, anything high temp. And second question, did you honestly expect a normal question from me? No, I definitely did not. Live long and prosper. Okay, second one. Congratulations, please make Iron Man helmet. Yes, the Iron Man helmet is on my list to make. I've had quite a few requests for it, but it's a really difficult one. There's one of those mosquitoes I'm talking about. It's a really difficult one to do, so it kind of keeps getting scrunched down the list because it's extremely time consuming, but it is on the list and I will get to it at some point. Who is your favorite wizard or witch? Definitely not Merlin, because in the Arthurian legends he allowed himself to get locked in a tower by his own apprentice. So, can't go with Merlin. Probably not Gandalf, because he kind of disappears whenever anybody needs help. Favorite wizard. Oh, Harry Potter! Yeah, we'll go with Sirius Black. Sirius Black would be my favorite wizard, definitely. Forgot about the Harry Potter wizards. So, Sirius Black, definitely my favorite wizard. And favorite witch, that one I do know off the top of my head, would be the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. And if I had to pick one of them, then Sarah. So Sarah Sanderson would be my favorite witch. Are you gay? I suppose when you look like me, you're just going to get that question. And, well, the answer kind of depends on which definition of the word you're using. If you're using the second definition of the word, you know, like the Don We Now Are Gay Apparel, you know, just meaning someone who's a jolly, energetic, happy, merry, lighthearted person, then absolutely. Where do you display all your crafts and cosplays? Well, unfortunately, at the moment, I don't display my cosplays. In fact, they are currently upstairs in a bunch of different boxes, which makes them a total pain to use whenever I want to get one of them out. So that's part of my little remodel project, is making an actual place where I can at least have them hanging in a closet so I don't have to go crawling through 19 different boxes to find the piece I need, and then maybe display a few of them as well. The crafts I usually do display because I make them for, you know, holidays or home decor or whatever, so they're made to be displayed. So they, you know, there's the lamp to go on the dresser or whatever, or the, you know, little Christmas decorations for the Christmas tree, whatever, they do get displayed because they're made to be displayed. But the cosplays I don't really display around yet. Other than, well, there are a few pieces that I have in my bathroom because it's kind of nerd themed. So I've got like the elvish brooches are along the wall, and the Groot incense burners in there, and just different things that I have around a few places. But for the most part, the cosplays stay in boxes, and I'm hoping to change that soon. Okay, what is your dream cosplay? Well, that's a very long list of cosplays that I want to do, but at the top of that would probably be Raven, because I love Raven. But I'd want to do like old school Raven with the long purple dress, as opposed to the little like bodysuit from the costume. I'd want to do the comics version, but not quite the comics version. There was a picture that I saw that was done. It was, I think it might have just been fan art, but it was really, really cool, and slightly different than the dress she wears in the comic book. But so that'd be the one that I want to base it off of, would be that picture, but it's pretty close to the one in the comics, and that'd be the one that I want to do. So Raven definitely be at the top of my list, and I will definitely have to do a Raven at some point. Another one, I'd like to do Arissa Nolan, but that one is a long ways off, because that one, you know, you need the whole the weird little nose thing that she's got there, so that's a lot of like sci-fi makeup, and since I don't even wear makeup in normal life, I'm not very good at it, so sci-fi makeup is even worse, so, because it takes a lot of talent to do that, and my skill level's not there yet, so she's a long way off, but I would like to do her at some point. And I'd also like to do the Man with No Name at some point, the Clint Eastwood character from the spaghetti westerns, because Fistful of Dollars is one of my favorite westerns. Not even one of it is my favorite western. I love Fistful of Dollars, and I like the spaghetti westerns too, but I really love Fistful of Dollars. And I know that it's like a complete ripoff of can't even think of the name of the movie, the samurai movie, which is also really good because I watched that one, and it's a ripoff of that, but they were both, you know, I really love those westerns, so I'd like to do that one. That'd be on my list too. What are some of your core political beliefs? That posting boring pictures of food on social media should be a federal offense. Seriously, people. Unless it's, you know, got like that perfect little swirl of sauce and little leaf garnish that makes it look like it was, you know, exquisitely crafted by a professional chef, nobody cares about your boring plate of spaghetti that you had for dinner last night. Seriously. I also believe that no one should be judged by the labels of their race, or their religion, or their political parties, but rather they should be judged by whether or not they're smart enough to hate Jar Jar Binks. And no matter what religion you are, or even if you don't believe in religion, the one thing that unites us all is the knowledge that there is a special circle of hell reserved for people who don't put away their shopping carts when they're done with them. Okay, how many species of flowers do you grow on the farm? I actually know the answer to that off the top of my head because somebody just asked me at the farm market, and I grow around 50 species of flowers. There's about 40 that I grow regularly every year, and then there's usually somewhere around 10 that I'll, you know, play with, to experiment with, or just to change it up a little. Some year, like this year, Lismachia was a new one. I actually done it, had it a few years ago, but hadn't had it in a few years, so I did that again this year. What else was new this year? A few different things that I play with every year, just to add a little variety. And my mainstays are, of course, like sunflowers and gladiolas and peonies and lilies and lupines, monarda, just marigolds, zinnias. There's a lot of them because I grow like 40 species regularly. So yeah, 40 regularly and about 10 experimental, or to change it up. Let's see. So who's your favorite hobbit? Okay, theirs is Pippin. I would have to agree that Pippin is my favorite hobbit in the movie. In the book, probably Merry, but in the movie, I would say Pippin because Pippin is hilarious in the movie. Let's see. Pickle Production just has a comment. It says, "Love you, Amber." Thank you. Love you back. Thank you for your continued support. Please make Iron Man helmet. There's another Iron Man helmet. Yes, it's on my to-do list, as I said before. Just haven't gotten there yet. Do you prefer werewolves, vampires, or zombies, and why? I would have to go with vampires on that one, I think. But we're talking like, you know, classic evil vampires that just want to drink your blood, not ones that want to like marry you, you know, Twilight. I like vampires because I like conniving bad guys. I've always liked conniving bad guys. I'm a total sucker for a good villain. And vampires are really the only ones that can be conniving for the most part. I mean, zombies, let's face it, are usually not only just undead, but they're usually like brain dead too, so they don't usually make really evil plots. Not to say they can't, but for the, you know, in general, in the most part. And then werewolves usually either don't know they're werewolves or can't control the fact that they're werewolves. Go away. Can't control the fact that they're werewolves, so it's harder for them to be like conniving bad guys. But vampires, even though they can't control the fact that they're vampires, they're still like in control of all of their senses, or they're conniving. So they can be really, really good bad guys. So yeah, I like vampires. What's your favorite costume you made? Probably Wonder Woman, because there were just like so many details on that costume. It was one that I was able to take a long time to do, because I wasn't in a hurry on it, so I got to go slow on that one and just really do like all these details, and there was a bunch of new stuff that I got to work with. I'd never done like the vinyl skirt before, that kind of stuff, and wasn't the first time I'd used the foil fabric because I used that on Loki, but it's the first time I'd ever done bracers that thick, because even my brother wanted to play with those bracers when I got done with them, because the Wonder Woman bracers are like so thick, you felt like you were wearing real armor. And then when I added the cape, of course, every costume is better with a cape. Doesn't matter what it is, man, you feel so cool walking in a cape. I don't know why, capes make everything cooler, which is probably why Magneto has one. But yeah, I'm gonna say Wonder Woman because there was so much in that costume. I like the Wonder Woman costume. What is your favorite top 5 cosplay costumes you like to wear? Okay, well, Wonder Woman, as just said. Legolas, because, well, that's what I'm named after. That's where the name of the Woodland Elf comes from, because I reminded my siblings of Legolas, so I have to go with that one. And it's really comfortable, too. And it's just really fun to wear pointed ears and run through the woods, again, with a cape. Number 3... or well, maybe tied with number 2, I'm not sure, but somewhere in there in the top 5 is Doctor Strange, because I love Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is so cool. And then the costume is really cool too. Love that costume. Again, it's comfortable, it's really fun to wear, has a cape, all the essentials. And again, just really love Doctor Strange, so that's a good one. Let's see. Like the Hela costume. I don't know if I do as many females as I do males. So I do a lot of I get a lot of requests for male costumes. I do a lot more male costumes than female costumes. And the Hela costume is fun because it's one of the few costumes where you just like to get to be an evil villainess. So I like that one, and the horns are kind of fun. And again, as a cape, love my capes. Okay, let's try this. I was getting sick of my battery continuously dying, so now we're inside and plugged in. So, where were we? Okay, number 5, Loki. I would have had to narrow it down. So probably Loki be number 5, because, wouldn't you know it, he's got a cape too. The helmet is really fun to wear. Even though my brother made it, not me, it's still really fun to wear. And, who doesn't like Loki? And plus, when you wear the Loki costume, everybody wants to hug Loki. So you get a lot of hugs wearing that costume. So yeah, Loki be number 5. So there we go. So Wonder Woman, Legolas, Doctor Strange, Hela, and Loki. Yeah, those would be my top 5, I think. Okay. Are you more of a Marvel fan or a DC fan? Probably more of a Marvel fan, especially when it comes to movies, because they really know what they're doing with Marvel movies. But I do like DC too. I mean, I still love DC, and I really love Raven. Is one of my favorites. So yeah, probably more of a Marvel fan, but that doesn't mean that I don't like DC. So I like them both, but I'm probably more of a Marvel fan. Let's see, do you prefer Arwen or Éowyn, and why? Oh, there's multiple questions here. Okay, do you prefer Arwen or Éowyn, and why? I would have to go with Éowyn, because she does stuff. Arwen doesn't do that much, really. I mean, in the book she did nothing. So basically she sat at a table and then married Aragorn. So in the movie they definitely did a good job of giving Arwen some kind of a part rather than just sitting there and saying nothing, so they definitely did a good job with that, but Éowyn still does stuff. I know there's a deleted scene where Arwen is supposed to go to Helm's Deep and fight with Aragorn, but she kind of just went because her boyfriend was there, I think, is probably where that came from. I've never seen the deleted scene, I just know that it exists, but I'm guessing she just went because her boyfriend was there, and if he wasn't there, she probably wouldn't have gone there either, and she just left the humans to their fate. Éowyn, just kind of, decided to do what she wanted for, people she loved, to protect them and go out and fight, and even though they told her she couldn't, she did it anyway, so yeah, I'd have to go with Éowyn. Except if I was going to cosplay one, I'd probably actually cosplay Arwen because I like cosplaying characters who aren't human. I don't know why, I just really like cosplaying characters who aren't human, and I've already got the pointed ears from Legolas, so it wouldn't be that hard to do Arwen, and I am kind of a sucker for that blue and red dress she has, so yeah, like Awen better, but I would cosplay Arwen. Okay, second part of that question is, have you ever tried rag curls? Okay, I don't even actually know what that is. Let me Google that for 1 minute. Hang on. Okay, so now that I know what rag curls are, honestly, I thought maybe that was going to be a fancy term for dreadlocks. But so anyway, now that I actually know what rag curls are, no, I have never done rag curls. My hair is like straight as a pin, and I actually like it that way. I think I'm one of the few people on the planet who has straight hair and is happy about it. Usually anybody with straight hair wants to curl it, and anybody with curly hair wants to straighten it. I actually like my hair the way it is. But if I was going to cosplay somebody from like pre-Civil War era, if I was going to do a pre-Civil War era costume, then I would do rag curls because they would give you kind of that like corkscrew look that was common in like the, I think it was the 1850s it was popular. So I would do it for that. What's your favorite color? I've got two of them. My favorite colors are black and green, but with green, it's a very specific kind of green. It's not just like grass green. It's kind of like a electric seafoam green. Like the closest thing I could think of, actually almost exactly, the exact green I can think of is the dress that Anne Baxter wears as Nefertiti in the Ten Commandments when she's out looking for Moses in the brick pits. That really, really vibrant, kind of sea-ish green, that would be my favorite color green. So black and that Nefertiti green are my favorite colors, because I actually hunted for weeks to find fabric that color so I could use that as my living room curtains, because I absolutely needed that color for my curtains. So I was able to finally find it. It just took me a really long time because it's not the most common color, but that's my favorite color. So yeah, black and Nefertiti green. And then what's your favorite flower? Oh boy, that's a hard one. I work with so many flowers, and I love so many flowers, so trying to choose between them is like trying to pick a favorite child, which I don't have children, so I don't have to do that, but picking a flower is very much like having to pick a favorite child for me, so oh, I love them all. If I had to pick just one though, probably sunflowers. I really like sunflowers. They're one of the ones that I grow the most of, and they have a really long season, so I love sunflowers. They're so bright and happy and cheery, except of course for the dark ones, which are probably my favorite sunflower actually. Those really dark black ones that look like velvet. Those, I love those. Those are probably my favorite flower, would be the black sunflowers. There we go. Favorite flower is black sunflowers. Okay. Squirtle or Charmander? I have no idea what that means. This must be a reference from something I haven't seen. Let me Google that. Hang on. Okay, know what those are now. They are Pokemon species. I actually never got into Pokemon. Maybe that's like sacrilege or something probably in the nerd world, but I never got into Pokemon. In fact, about the closest I got to Pokemon was my younger cousins had a large collection of Pokemon cards, and I used to tell fortunes with them. I used to use them as tarot cards and tell fortunes with the Pokemon cards. Obviously they weren't real fortunes, they were just meant to be amusing, but yeah, I used to use Pokemon cards as fortune cards, or as tarot cards, and tell fortunes. But having looked up the Squirtle and the Charmander, or Charmander, I have no idea how that's pronounced because I've never seen it. Let's go with Charmander because I'm in Aries and I like fire. How's that? Okay, next one. So regular follower. So she wishes she could hit 25K. We'll just keep going, and you will. I didn't do it overnight either. It just takes a long time. And then her question is, how do you YouTube and record videos? I've got a little spot set up. It's on my floor, but it's like a corner that I have reserved just for videos, and I've got a big, you know what, I'm just gonna show you, it's easier, hang on. Alright, so this is basically my filming area. I've got two lamps on either side here and this big red thing, and then my camera is usually here on the tripod. Obviously it's not right now because I'm holding it, but that's usually where it goes, and then this just comes out a little ways, and it's just a little corner of the floor here where I have cleared out, and this is what I film my videos on. Nothing fancy, but it works. Next is Captain America or Iron Man? Iron Man, because I cannot love Tony Stark. But, and that's a big but, in Civil War, Team Captain America all the way. Because I totally agree with Captain America. If people don't want them to save the city, you know, if people are worried about them doing damage to the city while they're, you know, protecting it from alien invaders, then save the city yourself. I've got to go Captain America on that. Otherwise, I like Iron Man better as a character, but in Civil War, have to side with Captain America. Let's see. Longtime follower says, congratulations, and one of my snarky comments made it. Yes. Yes, I love your snarky comments. Let's see. Can you make Spider-Man Far From Home suit? I'll have to look. I think it's the same, pretty close to the same suit he wears in the first one, isn't it? Unless you're talking about the black one. I'll have to Google it. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'll have to Google that. But if it is different, then I'll add it to my list. So, Marvel or DC and favorite superhero? Okay, we're done the Marvel and DC one. Favorite superhero would be Raven. Are we seeing a common pattern here? This is like a third time I've said Raven in this video. Yeah, I really like Raven because she's not like superhero material entirely. You know, it's more protecting the world from her evil father kind of thing, you know, so it's, I mean, yeah, she does superhero stuff too, but I like her personality, and then the cartoon, of course, she's got that kind of almost like Wolverine personality. I don't know what you'd call it, but you know, I really like Raven's personality, both the comics and the cartoon. I really like Raven, so yeah, Raven's my favorite superhero. Yep. What's a hobby you want to learn but haven't taken the time to learn yet? Oh boy, that's a list about 1,000 miles long. Let's see, so many things, because I usually have like so little time. So there's so many things I'd love to learn how to do. I'd love to learn how to paint and draw. I mean, I do like, you know, like folk drawing and folk painting, and I get by with it for my crafts, but I'd like to learn how to really draw and really paint. Like my brother is a really good drawer. He's been doing it for years, and he's had a lot of practice, and he's a really good drawer. Told him he should do comic books. He's got a few started, but he hasn't finished any of them yet, but yeah, he's a really good drawer, so I'd like to learn how to draw, learn how to paint. If I had some time, I'd like to learn how to play harmonica, because I've played guitar for years, so I'd like to learn how to play the harmonica so I could do the, you know, the Neil Young, the Bob Dylan with the harmonica or the guitar at the same time. I'd like to learn how to sing, because everybody always asks me to sing because I play guitar. Everybody always wants me to sing, and I've never been able to sing that well, so I never do when people ask. This spring I actually started a few singing lessons, which did improve my voice a little bit, but definitely needs more work. And I kind of ran out of time when market season started, so more time I would do that. I'd like to learn how to restore classic cars, in particular Volkswagen buses, you know, like the combis. Yeah, totally like to learn how to do that. So yeah, long list. If I had the time to learn, I'd be learning a lot of stuff. So yeah. Let's see, and the last one is, are you American? Not technically. See, I was born on Mars, and then when I was 5 years old, my parents decided to come to planet Earth, and they settled in this tiny little town in upstate New York. It's got like 600 people in it, because they thought that was a cool place to be, so yeah. I'm not even from planet Earth. So, that's the end of all the questions. Thanks guys, and I will see you on Thursday with a brand new tutorial video. Hopefully it'll be part 2 of the Isabella from Dragon Age costume. If not, it'll be a different one that I already had filmed, but hopefully, I think I can, hoping so, get the Isabella one done. So, see you Thursday either way. Okay, see you Thursday.